everybody, and welcome back to the final day of Pinktober, day 31. And our final prompt is to draw your OC in your Halloween costume. For ourselves, Rachel's going to be drawing both of our OCs, watching a scary movie in our Halloween costumes. You'll have to stick around to the end of the video to see what our OCs are dressing up as.
Hey guys, it's Rachel here. I'm so excited for the last day of Pinktober.
But while Rachel continues to work on the final speed paint of Pinktober, I'm going to be reading to you guys my last reading for Maple Shade's Vengeance. I will pick up where we left off last time. He's dead! Reedshine shrieked, crouching beside Apple Dusk, her horrified eyes ringed with white. You killed him! Mapleshade tried to step forward, but her legs felt strangely heavy, and her vision was blurred. Is it raining? She wondered. Something hot and wet spilled down her front legs, and there was a dull ache behind her ears. She shook her head, and bright red droplets splattered the ground, like tiny fallen leaves. Something small, ginger, and white stirred beside Apple Dusk's unmoving body.
You killed him, Mama!
Shrilled Patch Kid. His little tail was held high with triumph.
We're all free now.
He started to fade against his father's light brown fur. Mapleshade stumbled towards her son. Wait! She gasped. Don't leave me! Reedshine rose up from behind Apple Dusk and hissed at Mapleshade. Don't come any closer! What you have done has been more terrible than what any clan cat has done before. But you have not won, Mapleshade. Apple Dusk will live on in his kits, and in their kits, and in their kits in turn. His spirit will not die. He will be a part of RiverClan forever. Mapleshade swayed, feeling the soil sticky beneath her paws. Then I will watch over all your kin and punish each one for what you did to me. My vengeance is not finished yet. It will never be finished. She lurched towards the bushes behind the willow tree, and she dimly heard Perchpaw start to follow her. But Reedshine called him back. She has done enough harm, Mapleshade heard her mew. Let her crawl away to die alone. Mapleshade forced her way through the undergrowth. She felt no pain, just a strange numbness that seemed to be spreading throughout her body. She reached the edge of the bushes, and the walls of the two-leg den where she had slept on her first night of exile loomed up in front of her. But Mapleshade was too weak to go any further. She slumped to the ground, feeling dirt and tiny stones grind into her blood-soaked fur. She closed her eyes, waiting for the faces of her kids to appear, thanking her for what she had done. But there was nothing behind her eyes except for swirling darkness, battered by an icy wind, and unbroken by even a glimmer of stars. Mapleshade felt the first stirrings of fear. StarClan, where are you? She wailed into the endless night. Where are my kids? A small, furry face appeared blurrily in front of her eyes. Patch Kid? Mapleshade gasped. She tried to reach out one paw.
It's you!
Exclaimed the cat.
Do you remember me? I'm Myler. We met once before.
Mapleshade felt his nose press along her flank.
You're badly hurt,
meowed the little cat.
You poor thing. Come on, let's get you inside.
With surprising strength, he boosted Mapleshade to her feet, and with his shoulder he guided her into the two-leg den. Mapleshade collapsed onto a pile of hay. I have lost everything, she thought. What do I have left to live for? There was a bustle of movement beside her, and the black and white cat started dabbing at her fur with a wet piece of moss. Mapleshade was too weary to push him away. She half opened one eye and saw blood flowing freely down her shoulder, pooling beneath her.
Oh, there's too much! Too much!
Fretted Myler. He dabbed more frantically.
Did a clan cat do this to you?
Mapleshade closed her eye again and nodded. The little cat sighed.
Ah, there's no end to their wilderness and thirst for blood,
he murmured.
You should have left when you had the chance.
Leave? How could I ever leave? I swore to avenge the deaths of my kits, and that's what I've done. And yet, that vengeance is not over, because Apple Dusk will live on in Reedshine's kits. I will never be finished. Myler curled up beside her, hardly flinching as his fur pressed against her bloody body.
I'll stay with ya,
He promised.
you're safe now.
Mapleshade unsheathed her scarlet broken claws. Leave me alone, she rasped, forcing herself to lift her head and glare at her companion. I don't need anyone. The black and white cat stood up and looked down on her with sadness in his eyes.
I think you're wrong.
He whispered, but he turned and padded into the hay-scented darkness. For a moment, Mapleshade longed to call him back, but sleep was dragging at her, heavier than stones and stronger than the river. She closed her eyes and watched her mind fill with churning shadows, pierced by shrieks of terror that made her jump. She realized that she could feel the ground beneath her paws, cold and sodden, and stinking like the river. Somehow, she could walk again, strength flowing back into her limbs, and her vision clearing. She emerged into a half-lit clearing, surrounded by gray tree trunks. Although she felt no fear, she was aware of being watched by unseen eyes. Am I dead? She meowed out loud, listening to her voice echo between the trees. Is this StarClan? She looked up, but there were no stars in the thick black sky above her, not even a glimmer of silver beyond the rustling leaves. Instead, what light there was seemed to come from the fleshy fungus growing on the roots of the trees, and from the slimy trunks themselves.
Not StarClan,
Whispered a voice from somewhere behind her.
this is the Dark Forest, the place of no stars. We welcome you, Mapleshade.
Mapleshade spun around. Who are you? Show yourself!
Never.
Hissed the voice.
You have come here to walk alone in your blood-soaked memories.
Instead of dread, Mapleshade felt a surge of triumph. If she was here because of what she had endured, then there would be other cats like her. Cats who would understand what she had gone through, who knew what it was like to stand up to their enemies and dole out immeasurable pain. She would find these cats, whatever that voice had told her, and train them to be as strong and fearless as she was. And she would use them to cause more trouble for the clans than warriors could imagine in their worst dreams. Mapleshade had found a place where she truly belonged. From here, she could cause more suffering than she could when she was alive and fighting her battles alone. For all eternity, Appledusk's kin would mourn the day that he had destroyed the life of a ThunderClan warrior. And, just as she had promised to Reedshine, Mapleshade's desire for vengeance would never sleep. And with that, we are finished reading Mapleshade's Vengeance. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to little bits of the novella every single day of Pinktober. And I want you guys to know that if you missed out on any of the days of me reading Mapleshade's Vengeance, there is a link to the Pinktober playlist down below in the description. Now, let's check out our final artwork for Pinktober 2021. I love how this artwork turned out. So, Rachel and I are sitting on the couch watching a scary movie, eating popcorn.
I really love watching scary movies, so this is one of the funnest things to do on Halloween.
My OC Pinky is dressed up as Pinky from My Hero Academia. I thought that this would be a super fun idea because both of our characters share a name. Plus, Mina's hero costume as Pinky is super cute. Now, let's take a look at Rei's costume. She dressed up as Hinata from Naruto, and she looks absolutely adorable. This year's Pinktober has been so much fun, and whether you participated over on Amino or just took part by watching these videos, I really appreciate it.
This Pinktober has really helped me improve my art style. I hope you guys enjoyed it too.
It really is quite a challenge to make content every single day for a month. And this year marks our third Pinktober in a row. We are considering the idea of next year maybe having it during a summer month instead of busy October, since I know a lot of you are back at school and don't have a lot of time to be watching videos or taking part in this 31-day drawing challenge. So let me know down in the comment section down below whether you'd be more interested to see Pinktober happen next year, in July or August. As Rachel and I really should probably be using October to work on making customs for Christmas time. We're super excited to be reopening custom orders on November 10th. And I hope that if you have an OC idea in mind, that you'll be able to order at that time. For the final time, let's check out some artworks from Amino. These are both from today's prompt and yesterday's, which was to create a Frankencat OC and to draw your OC in a Halloween costume. EtchostarofVibrantClan, Waffle_star, CatsofFire, Sparrowsong, Evilartfox, Akira Hawkfang, Swanheart, Losty, MidnightHibiscus, MoonBlossom, AuroraMation, Ghost, lolwarriorcats, mermaidgirl_07, flutterfluff, Flint, Alastor, Polar, PastelCookie, and finally, BLUEPPAW. Wow guys, I can't believe that today is the final day of Pinktober. So that means that there will be no prompt for tomorrow. Before I say goodbye for today, I just wanted to give a special thank you to all of the members of Early Clan. I am so appreciative of your guys' added support as members of our channel. I just wanted to thank you once again for participating in Pinktober this year. And I hope that you have a happy Halloween today.
Happy Halloween, guys!